Okay, so what I have for you today is an amazing app that is going to help enhance your Fire Stick performance overall, specifically within the RAM category and the internal space. Those are two major components that really slow down your device and cause a lot of buffering. And so I'm going to show you this really cool app that there's been a couple videos on YouTube. I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into this app because there's just a whole suite of apps and features that's integrated with what I'm getting ready to show you. The name of this app is called Developer Tools Menu, and it's free, and it's something that Amazon implements and puts into the App Store. And in order to get it, it's really easy. All you need to do is go to the magnifying glass, scroll down, and just type in DEV, and it will pull up right there. It's the second one down. So go ahead and click the enter button, and then just hit the enter button again, and that will go ahead and install it, and then you can open it up. Now when you open it up, this is what it looks like. It has a few different block sections, and as I move to the right, you'll see all the different sections that it has integrated. Now you're not going to want to use all of these. There's about 3 in here that are really important, and I'm going to show you those today. Now we're going to start with the very first one. The very first one is called Developer Tools Menu. Now in prior days, you would have to invoke this specific menu. It's kind of like a secret menu by doing a certain trick to your Fire Stick remote. You would have to actually click the enter button or the center button on your remote, and then click the down directional at the same time, and then hold it for 5 seconds. Don't ask me how anyone would know this, but you have to hold those 2 buttons down at the same time for 5 seconds, and then after that, release it, and then click the menu button. And then, only then, once you do that, this menu right here pops up. Okay, so now Amazon got smart and they said, we're not going to make you do all of that. We're just going to let you click this button and it will pop it right up. So this is what it looks like. It's called the System X-Ray, and it's basically like an X-ray of really important components that are running behind the scenes of your Fire Stick. Now watch what happens when I turn it on. I'm just going to simply click the enter button and it turns it on. And if you look on the bottom, you have 4 different components that really make up the Fire Stick. Now the first one is your CPU. Now you'll notice the CPU, it's green right now, but I'm going to leave this on, and throughout the video as I do certain tasks, you're going to notice that that green is going to jump up to orange and red. The more I task my Fire Stick, the harder I make it work, the higher that color is going to go. It's going to go to orange and go to red. Now the next category is memory. Now if you look up close to memory, the blue section is the amount of storage that that specific app takes up. The gray space, which is the largest space, is the amount of space that all of the apps on your Fire Stick take up. And the white space is the amount of space I have left available. And of course, what we want to do is try to increase that white space. We want a lot more white space. That is not enough white space. Okay? So the next section is your network. It's your signal, your connection. And then the last section is your remote. Now, if you look at the remote, I'm a little under 70%. And so when it starts to turn to orange, you know, you can think about maybe getting some new batteries, but I think I'm okay. I've got plenty of juice left for right now. Now, here's another thing. If you go down to Launch Configuration Panel and click the Enter button, you can move this around. If you go down here, you can move it to the top, you can move it to the bottom, and you can move it to the left or move it to the right. So wherever you prefer it, I'm going to leave it on the bottom for this video. Now, if you don't want all of those components on, you can toggle them on or off. So if you don't want the remote on, you can just toggle it off. As you can see, I just took it off. And if you want it back on, you can just turn it right back on. And you can do the same thing with the other ones. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave this on as we move through the video. So this is called the System X-Ray. So we're going to go back. And now I'm going to go to the next important section, and this is called List Background Apps and Process List. This is a really important one. So I'm going to go ahead and click the Enter button, and then it's going to take you right to the app, and you're going to go ahead and download it. and it just takes a few seconds. So we're going to go ahead and let that download, and then we're going to open it up. But basically what this is this is going to help create more RAM. Now, more RAM on your device is extremely important. Someone once explained it to me like this. So whenever you're watching movies or TV shows and you have buffering, well, that's probably because of a few different things. One of those potential things could possibly be a lack of RAM. Another could be a lack of storage. Now, what happens with the RAM, if you don't have enough RAM, behind the scenes, you're not having any area for the system to cache the buffer. So essentially, by creating more RAM, which is what we're getting ready to do right now, we're going to give the behind the scenes of the Fire Stick an area to go ahead and do its buffering, so that it doesn't do its buffering while we're watching our movie and TV show, because we definitely want the buffering to take place behind the scenes. So we need to create that space, and this is one way we can do that. This is everything that's running in the background of our Fire Stick. You would have no way of knowing what app is running in the background unless you come right here, and you can notice, you'll see I have 43 different apps running in the background. Well, there's no need for me to have all of these apps running in the background, and it's really easy to stop or close them. So I'm going to just go into an app. Here's one. I'm going to do one at a time, and you'll notice it takes you right to the familiar interface that you're used to. So you would just scroll down to force stop, click the enter button, and that's it, and then go back. Now watch this. It's no longer there. That app is no longer there. And the reason why is because it's no longer running in the background. Now, if you don't want to go through it painstakingly one by one, you can go right up here to close all apps. Now, unfortunately, they have not yet figured out a way, at least on here, to just click one button and close all of the apps. But there is an app called Easy Fire Tools. I actually did a video a while back showcasing how to send apps from your Android phone or device to your Fire Stick. Well, Tech Doctor UK actually did a video a few weeks ago showcasing the Easy Fire Tools, but he also showed how you can close all of the apps in one click. So if you have a bunch of apps open like I do right now and you want to close all of them at one time, definitely check that video out. It's an excellent video. So if you go up to close all apps, watch this. This is what's going to happen. You click it, and then you have to go down, and it says force stop, click the back button, and then it's going to literally go through every single app. Force stop, click the back button, and then you have to do that through every single app. So instead of doing that now, I'm going to just hit the back button to kind of go through them, and that's it, guys. So one thing that I want you to notice is look at the CPU as I'm frantically going through all these apps. I'm really tasking my Fire Stick right now, and you'll notice that it's jumping from orange and red. So I'm going to just go through these real quick, and then we will get back to the main screen, and then we'll move to the next category. So this will definitely help you to create a lot more RAM. So we're going to go back. All right, in the next category is Notification Center. This is, if you click it, it's basically like one area where anything that Amazon wants to let you know about, or if there's an app that needs to be updated, it will be in the Notification Center. Test Net Speed. This is like an internet speed testing app, and it's actually really good. It's pretty accurate. I usually use this in fast.com, and you can do your download speed or your upload speed or your ping. So I really like that one. And then the next two I don't really use. The Wi-Fi LAN scanner is just going to scan all the different devices that's connected to your Wi-Fi. Find My IP is pretty good, especially if you utilize a VPN, because if you click that, it's going to show you your IP address. And if you're using a VPN, well, you're going to want to see a different IP address, and that's one way to help recognize if your VPN is working correctly. The next one is Wi-Fi settings. You don't really need that because that is the exact same thing that's in your settings when you go to network. It's the same thing. It's nothing different. The calculator is simply a calculator, and then Monitor TV Usage is like a well-being app. So if you're trying to track how much usage you use the Fire Stick, well, this is one way to do that. So the last one is the most important one right here, called App List Manager. Now this one you definitely want to get, and this is how you're going to be able to get your internal space back. remember, we wanted to look at our RAM and our internal space, and this is going to help you get your internal space back. So we're going to go ahead and click that, and let me go up to the top. And this is what it's going to actually default to. It's going to look just like this. Now, these are all of the different apps that are currently on my Fire Stick. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to go up to Sort. Okay, and when you first come here, it's going to look just like this. And so you want to click Sort. So go up to Sort and click the Enter button, and then you're going to have these options right here. Now, you can sort them A through Z, Z through A. Now, 0 to 100 is smallest to largest, and then 100 to 0 obviously is largest to smallest. That is the one that I recommend you use. So go ahead and click that one. And what's going to happen is all of your apps are going to be categorized from largest in size to smallest in size. And this is a fantastic way to help pinpoint which apps are taking up the most space. So if I were you, what I would do is I would simply come here, put it in largest to smallest, and look at these apps and say to yourself, well, am I using these apps? If you're not using these apps, uninstall them. And it's really easy to uninstall. All you need to do is just click the Enter button. It's going to take you to this page. Click the Enter button on Manage App, and then it's just going to take you to this familiar interface, and you can go right down here to uninstall. Click that, and then click uninstall. I don't actually want to uninstall this app, but that's how easy it is to do that. Now you can kind of do that through some of the apps, and you'll be able to get a bunch of internal space back by doing that. Now, one other way you can look at the layout is if you go up to the very top here, that layout display icon. If you click that, you'll notice that it actually gives you the specific size of each of the apps. And so this is really beneficial. It'll tell you specifically what the size of the app is. So guys, that is just a quick video to showcase, you know, a few ways that can help improve your performance on your Fire Stick. I hope this information was beneficial. Hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time on Streamin' Tech Now.